All right, welcome back, everybody. Uh, you're watching Diversified Diecast. I'm going to knock out part two of the little Porsche mainline tidbit Porsche pile, if you will. We have 12 of us in front of us tonight. I think there's another 9 or 10 over there we'll do for part three. I might knock it out tonight, too, just to be done with it, because I want to work on some other stuff I know you're going to like. I got some Chevy trucks. I got probably 10 or 12 of those that are mainlines, a couple square bodies, and maybe do some more mainline stuff out of the stash of the clamshell collection. And then we're going to do, Friday night green light. And then this weekend, I'm going to open up some more premium stuff. I'm going to get into some more green lights, maybe some low production Johnny Lightnings and what have you. I'm going to really dig into something a little more special, kind of ramp up the volume, if you will. So we'll get into it. This is one that I actually bought at Red Caboose Hobby Shop up in New York City. And he had it hanging on the pegs, and I just bought it just because it was there, and it was going to be hard to find, something like this without getting on Facebook or Macari or what have you. So it's a 2020 year run, Porsche 944 89 model. This is out of the Porsche sub-series, car 1 out of 5. It had a damaged car when I bought it. It's down in the basement. It's real cramped in there. Got a lot of cool stuff, but again, I just bought it because it was a Porsche and I wanted it, and that was all I needed for me to make the sale. I think I paid $4 for it. I don't think I had any or very many of this model, and I have a little fondness for this because I knew some people growing up who had these, and I did notice that it has some decent detailing on it. I mean, it was gold, something different. So let's get a better look at it. All right, like I said, this is a 1989 Porsche 944 Turbo. The gold looks really good. I like the detailing, front and rear. Wheels are okay. I'm glad this one's out of the card stock. It just, with they having a damaged card and me getting everything, not being a card collector, if you will, anymore, this will be a great addition to the collection. What a nice one from 5 years ago. They got it with this one. All right, next up we have a 935 from 2022. All right, so 70th anniversary for the that can't be right. Card number 70. The 75th anniversary opened the other night. This is a 2022 run. Obviously, as on here, sub series Hot Wheels Turbo, car 1 out of 10. I like this casting. I like the model, obviously, like I talked about, but I really wish they did a little bit more for the back of these things because it's such a nice car. And they do some decent paint on these things whenever they do them. But there's just not really much to go off of. Now, granted, it's a race car, right? So it doesn't really need a whole lot and doesn't have a whole lot to show. But I don't know. I didn't share all the undercarriage on the other one. All right, got a little bit there. Yeah, got the whole front engine Porsche. The only ones I know that are front engine from this era were 944 and 928. I'm getting that right. Beautiful black paint. Get a little closer on this one just to get a better look at it. She's a shiny mainline, man. Not bad. You don't really need to do anything with this car. It looks good the way it is. Just leave it alone. I retract my original statement. Maybe do a little bit of something on the back just to kind of highlight it, but the car does look really good. We'll mix it up a little bit tonight. We'll bounce around. This is the Porsche Safari. This is a 928S. I think these were the V8 cars. This is the 75th anniversary of Porsche. This one is Baja Blazers, car 5 out of 10. I do have the treasure hunt in this model. It's up for grabs right now via auction. If it doesn't sell by Thursday, I think 8 o'clock Central, I'm just going to keep it and we'll open it up on the channel. I did like this model variant better than the treasure hunt, believe it or not. And funny story about that treasure hunt was whenever I actually found it, I had found the treasure delivery car and I grabbed a bunch of other Mainlines when I was grabbing stuff right after Christmas. And I did not know that Porsche was was a treasure hunt. And a buddy of mine says, "Hey, it's a TH, right?" I said, "No." He said, "Yeah, check it out." Sure enough, it was. This car's actually got really nice weight to it. It's plastic bottom, but it's got a real good feeling weight to it. I guess because it has the extra weight from the roof mounted cargo and the Baja lights on the front, if you will. All right, pretty good livery all over it. Sparco seats, Bilstein shocks, uh, BBS on the front fender, hella headlights. Looks good. This car looked really sweet with the wheel swap. Black wheels are okay on it, but they're kind of plain. I wish they would at least put the more of an aggressive tread tire on there, but really nice casting. Yeah, it's got potential. All right, let's do this guy. I'm sure this is a real dandy. So this is a 2017 934 and a half factory fresh sub series car 4 out of 10. This thing is just this is textbook Porsche, man. I really wish they would have went with a different colored wheel. The wheel's not really too bad of a choice, but compared to what's on the card art, it's not really my favorite. But nonetheless, this car's in really good shape, card and all. But who cares? It's getting lost in the sauce, and we're going to stick it in the pile with the rest of them. So, been thinking about some ideas on getting a display back here to do it up like some of the other folks that do this. Like I said, I'm just really kind of doing this just to have fun and get into it and work on it, but trying to step my game up a little bit, little by little. So, not sure if I'm going to end up doing a mat or do like I don't know. I'm going to do something a little better so y'all have to look at all my stationery. That's just clutterization is just not my thing to display. Oh, look at there. Good detailing. See, 2017. Anything prior to 2020, you're going to have a little bit better outcome. Man. All right. Get a couple pan views of this thing. Such a beautiful casting. This car just it turns heads no matter where it's at. You see this thing bouncing around the round track, and man, it just can't beat it. Yeah, this thing can get a little bit of custom treatment, a couple of years from now, if it even takes that long. I will go ahead and do the crew cab Porsche, the Taycan Turbo S. This is a 2023 factory fresh sub series car 4 out of 5. Doesn't say what year it is. I bet the paint on this thing is stunning. Like leprechaun green with metallic. This is like something Riff Raff would drive. You know what I mean? Oops. Oh yeah. Huh. Look at that. Looks like a lunch tray. Very surprising. Not one single glimpse of detail on the bottom. Back don't look bad though. Let's see what the turntable says. A little better than expected. I I'm not mad at it. The rear is really nice. Wish all of them looked that good on the rear. I mean, even got a Tampa license plate. Um, the color is very fitting for the casting and the car model. I'm being honest. Again, this is why it's just so. I love doing this now. I kept them on cards. I did the whole clamshell thing. It's nice to collect, and but you really can't enjoy these things until you get them out and you utilize them for what they're intended for. Whether you're 3, 30, or 100. Um, I enjoy this way more than I ever thought I would. In the die-cast part. Um, the problem is you run into display purposes and means of storage and what have you. But that's why you just got to make it a point if you have a limited space to put them on display or check them out or whatever. You just got to make it a point to take some time once a month or every other month just to carve out a rotation period. Just so you get a fresh look and a soft eye glance at everything. It's really pretty cool. All right, let's do the Magnus Walker Outlaw 356. We opened up the silver one the other night. I actually really, really am glad that I got both of these. This is from 2016 Hot Wheels Showroom Sub Series car, 10 out of 10. I bet this thing it's a peach. Um, I don't know if I'll ever be able to detail it like the front of this card art, with the hood latch and whatever, and even on the rear. But Kentucky Custom may be able to help me out with that, or I'll find somebody to get this thing looking legit. Probably not even do a wheel swap, just kind of touch this thing up a little bit, maybe get some printed tampos, put them on there, because this is a beautiful car. That flat black and the gold and red, it sings the song, man. It does. This car could talk. It'd be chirping around the racetrack. Like I said the other night, I won't imitate that sound again for all you headphone users. But it's pretty aggressive. It's gnarly. Yeah, real minimal detail, but man, that thing is sharp for a mainline. Very nice. See? How about your Hot Wheels? You need to talk to Jada. You need to pick up the phone and dial them up. Tell them what's up about them louvered motor covers. That's a really good view. Again, nice car. Bright red interior. Really suits the red and gold with the flat black. This is a very nice mainline. I mean, with it being 9 years old, I just wish they kind of made them like they used to. They were definitely the sweet spot. I think for Hot Wheels was definitely like, I don't know. In my opinion, what I would like to have is like everything from probably a 13 to about a 2019. There's a lot of stuff I like from 2009 to like 13 or 14, but these era cars they're just the right mix. A little nicer on some things. They pay a little more attention to some of the quality control and QA parts. And they had a lot of good castings and models, in sub series these years. All right, speaking of older ones, let's go ahead and knock out this one from, I think this is a 1999, 2000. So this is a 911 GT1-98. I have another one of these down here. And I don't think I actually have any of these cars in loose collection. I may have one that has a little bit of wear on it. It may have been a garage sale find or something. I don't know much about them. I've seen them, in older videos and even stuff, lately from reruns and whatnot. But this is really a nice era car too. Those 97 to 2000, 2001s, that was when a lot of them were double die cast. This one's not, but real nice castings. The card art was terrible, but the models were really superb in my opinion. They had some goofball stuff. They had the saw blade wheels and some other things I wasn't crazy about, but there's a lot of nice castings from the end of the last century, if you will. Let's skip a step there. All right. Looks like a big razor on the bottom. Pretty paint though. Them lights are really doing that paint service. It's a nice car. It's nice and it looks almost as good as it does under this light, but um, these little LED spots are really helping out this paint color. This thing would look really good outside. Not that it would ever be outside, but under the right light or in one of these garages that has the bright LEDs, this car would look really sick. Again, you're never gonna know till you get them out of the package. I guess the blister on this thing was actually it was pretty dirty and it had some scratches on it, so it's kind of hard to tell how good this car actually looked. So again, this is part of the excitement. This is what I'm living for these days, in this hobby, getting these things out and seeing what they're all about. Go a little closer so we can get a better look at what we're actually looking at. I know you don't care to see me cut the cards open. We'll go ahead and do the dud. I know this thing was a super, super, super duper super treasure hunt that everybody was after for 25. I thought it was an A case car, but apparently an H case. And this thing in the super treasure hunt it's sweet, man. It's got kind of like a matte gold wheel, and it's got a little few different treatments on it, but um, it's pretty inside the blister. I've never seen in person, this car in the super treasure hunt out of the package, but I've seen a few, listed and what have you. It's really nice casting. Porsche 911 Rally Safari mode, car 2 out of 5. Eh, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. She's a dandy. Definitely a lot prettier car out of the package. Green looks a lot different than I thought it would. It's a little lighter than it looks. I know we got some good lights on it, but the card art and the car behind the blister makes it look a little more hunter green, not turf green. If that makes any sense. Yeah, this car is it's nice, really nice. It's really busy too, and I think it helps this car have some good contrast with all the colors and gold on green. Sometimes that can be a flop, for just about anything. But when it's done right, like it's done here, it looks good. All right, we'll go ahead and get the tuned one out. I have this car loose already in like the dark maroon or ruby color. This is a 23 Q case, tuned, 911 turbo 3.6, aka the 964. I didn't even remotely want to keep any of the tuned cars when I was starting to get mainlines, but I kept the Skylines and the RX3 from the Mad Lab, if you will, trouble. And there's probably 6 or 7 of the Hot Wheels tuned cars that I kept. I had the Silverados. I traded those off. I had a couple of Fast and Furious cars. I kept a few. But, if they're in a Porsche or, Skyline or desirable casting, then these things look really cool as customs. And they're just, you don't have to go crazy with them, but I did notice that just about everyone I have has detailing. The Fast and Furious cars, the Porsches I have, Liberty Walk Skylines, they're all done up pretty decent. Yeah, if you put some decent wheels on, I mean, it looks good just the way it is because those wheels actually look a lot like what come on this car. I mean, not exactly, but pretty accurate. So it was a good choice for them to use that wheel. Um, I do like this one and like the dark maroon one I have because the metallic and the paint is really nice. Under any kind of light. Definitely prefer this one over the other one because It's probably more of an accurate color, for this style of Porsche. Very nice. All right, we'll do the short card. I think I found this one at the HEB by the house, actually, if I'm not mistaken. 96 Porsche Carrera. We opened up the white one with the blue anodized wheels in part one. This is the other color variant. I think this is a 20. So the cool thing about these short cards is they're supposed to be international cards, so you get a lot more information. It shows, like right here, if it doesn't say on the front of the card, it shows the year run. Magnus Walker, Urban Outlaw, livery on there. Hot Wheels in the 90s. Quick undercarriage shot. Blank on the front. Decent detailing on the rear. I like this one better than the white one, personally. The gold and the blue, better contrast for me. All right, we'll try to get this one wrapped up. This is going to be another 911 GT 98. This one's from 2000 as well. It's apparently a different series than the other one because the card looks different to me. Collector number 250. I'm not sure how many. Excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't pause for that one. This one's probably not going to be as pretty as the purple one, but we're going to bust it out of its skin. See what it's got to offer. Still a really nice casting. I really wish they would have made these things double die cast because they'd be next to perfect if they were. Yeah, this thing kind of has it's got that look, what you see on the track. Not my favorite choice of color, but it's fitting for the time period when this thing was in the circuit. Again, big razor blade looking thing down there. Not bad. Not my favorite, but still a nice casting. It's a good pair to go with that purple one. All right, last but not least, this is from that Porsche series. It's like a mid-grade, if you will. We opened this car the other night, and this was a double die-cast variant, the Cayman. And this is the one that this car is, 2024, 935. And this is the one I'm really going to be after because I know for sure it's a double die-cast variant, like 99.99999%. This one's definitely one I'd like to have too. I mean, all the series itself is good, all six, even the 914. So this one should be really nice. I think I got 2 out of the 3 or all 3 of these from a guy I buy some of the Porsches from. It was a while back, probably late last year or early this year. I bought probably 10 or 12 from him. So got a little skateboard treatment there. Nothing for the enthusiast. Absolutely nothing. Got 2 little conduits sticking out the back there. All right. A decent one to end the part 2 with. It's all right. I mean, it's not really my favorite, but it's still a nice car and a nice casting. The other 2 from this series were definitely a little nicer. That 71 911, that bright orange one, was a showstopper. And that Cayman was a really nice car because they had nice detailing and double die-cast. And same thing for the orange 911. But this is a nice one. I mean, I don't have one that looks anything remotely like it, wheels, color, and all. So I've got probably 10 935 castings from all different years. And obviously I don't have this one. I did discover, though, when I was going through the part 1 cars and the part 2s and the ones that we're going to do for part 3, that I had opened up a couple that I already had. So the ones I opened up, I kept, and the ones that I had some so-so markings on the bags, they're going to go to a giveaway for barbershop cars, or trade favors, just freebie throw-ins, what have you. Philanthropy is good, folks. If you are blessed, give back. It doesn't hurt to make someone's day with a bonus gift or a surprise. Or I know when they go through the bin at the barbershop, I was up there the other day because I had to go twice for two separate appointments because I had screwed up my original appointment. Those kids were just happy as clams to get those brand new cars on cards. And, some of them were nicer, diecast mainline variants that I had, stuff that I just couldn't move or sell or trade. And I didn't care about keeping. There was probably, I don't know, 25 or 30 I had on cards, and another 15 or 20 that were loose. I do that as much as I can. I go through my collection here and there. If it's nothing I think anybody will want, in a trade or a giveaway, throw in, I'll take cars up there all the time. It just makes someone's day, especially the kiddos. So that's it for tonight on this one, on part two. I actually got a mail drop box pulled off the porch. My son brought in to me. It's from the northwest side of the country. So if I get the part three done and I have time at night, we'll do a quick unboxing on that. If not, the unboxing will be tomorrow. And you can take a peek at what I've been waiting on for, it feels like a month, and it probably has been. Nothing too crazy in there. I think it's just some nicer Mainlines. A beautiful Volkswagen or two. I can't really remember. It's been so long. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please tell your friends, your family, your neighbors, your golfing buddies, whatever. Spread the word. Let's get this thing going. Have a good night.